Hello YouTube, I found this in the back of my truck. I'd lost it. I found it out in the yard through the back of my pickup and I was doing spring cleaning and there it laid all season, but we're going to restore this thing. That's only 3 inches from here to here. If we make this 5 inches for the handle, we may actually curve it or something. Depends on what feels good in our hand. That'll still give me 16 inches of blade because it was only sharpened about here. And I will only sharpen about the first 6 inches. Because as a kid, we use these walking bean fields to cut weeds out of it. We know they called it a corn knife. You could usually chop ears of corn off the stalk. We used them for what they called bean hoeing. And you chop the weeds out. So we didn't want to hit ourselves in the leg. So we just sharpen like the first 5-6 inches. And always keep a file with us. So that's how I'll do it. It'll look like it has an edge, but it just won't be razor sharp till out here. We'll probably leave the same angle. You can do that. There we go. See my little Harbor Freight? I had to give $1 for that. I couldn't get it free. I had to use the dang coupon. I finally got a magnetic parts tray. See it back there? Anyway, stay on topic. Well, let's get busy. We're going to start out with a sanding flapper disc and we'll see what it looks like. There's no use in trying to wire brush it. We're just going to sand it off with a flapper disc and see what it looks like. So, we'll be back. Okay, we used a wore out flapper disc, whatever grit it was. We're going to use these sanding discs and try it. Because even if I can't get a polished finish, it'll at least look better than what it does now. Because this does not look that good. So let's see what happens. Okay, this is much better, and I'm out of this kind of flapper. Just put light pressure. Do not push down that sanding disc, and try not to hit the center metal on them. Try to stay out there so you're kind of at an angle going into it. It's kind of hard to film this while you're doing it. No, let the disc do the work. Do not push down on it. That's only a plastic backing. Just let it float on there. No matter how long it takes, just keep sanding it. My best advice, don't force it to do the job. Okay, this is about the best we can do. See the dark stuff? I think that's original mill scale. When they just grabbed a piece of steel and made these. Because these were made really cheap. When I was a kid, you could buy these things for just a few dollars. But it's going to have gun blowing on it. We're not going to make it shiny like a sword. It's going to have gun blowing. It's going to be a machete. And that's the best to put on it. Because spray paint's not going to last. But you want a good surface. So it may be even a little roughed up more than this. But the next thing you can do is work on the edge a little bit. When we tried grinding with the sander, we tried going evenly so it would not wavy, that cutting edge. But it's been filed on so much over the years and taken to a grinder, which you don't need to use a grinder on a blade. Use a file. See where it's really weird shaped up in here, where it's really been worn and sharpened? Like I said, we're only going to sharpen about up in there. So we're going to work on putting an edge on this with our vise that we use. And we'll work on that. And the handle is going to be the last thing. So we'll work on that. And we won't have to be razor sharp. And then we're going to have to wait and get some bluing. We need to get some gun bluing there. Because I don't think we have enough to do this big of a blade. So hang in there. I'll let you know if this is going to be a two-parter. We haven't decided yet. I really like this vise. And with the rubber, I found another rubber mat outside. We're going to do just 6 inches. So you can just get that right in there and flip this vise down. It was worth the money to me for all the projects I'll be doing over the years. And I like it. It just painted basic black. If you all seen when I first bought this, you know how gaudy it was. Whatever they called it, blue or green. Or a mixture. Here we go. Let's do some filing. We got a real coarse. That's like a $5 file. This is an old Husky. Then we got our Craftsman. I don't think we'll need it. We got our Craftsman, kind of a finer file. It's a big 12-incher, but I don't think we'll need a whole lot. Like I said, this is a working tool. This is not going to be sharpened with a hone and all that other goodies. You ever seen one of these? Sharpie like a pen. Look at that. Was given to me. Wow, different, huh? No, I don't get paid to show any products. Stay tuned. Okay, we picked what we thought looked good, and we guessed that's just a little over 1/4 of an inch. So then we put our Sharpie over on this side, see the line? So we have an even edge, and it's going to be 6 inches. That's all we're going to sharpen. And I think I said this, if I modify it, it'd be 16 inches, so we'll have 10 inches blade with no sharpness on it. We'll just file that off. We're making it a little wider than what it was, because we're going to make it the way we like it. So it may look a little odd, but it doesn't matter. Took a lot of filing to get that like that. See how it's starting to form a burr. Do not try to get the burr right away. Switch sides. Do not get too carried away when you're putting a profile on an edge. What profile means, use big words, is you're making the edge. You're not sharpening. You're just creating what shape you want. So see how it kind of curves over like that when you get there? Okay, the same there. So you can kind of get down and cut some small weeds at the very tip. So there you go. Let's get back to work. This is going to be part 2. This is going to be part 1, just cleaning and sharpening the blade. Okay, before we go on this part 1, we took this with our old drill, which is high speed, 1/4 inch drill, and we've been going this way, lengthways. So when we blew it, it'll look pretty good. It's kind of hard to get a picture where the light is. It really is. There you go. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Next time we'll be making the handle.